is Kevin. I am second generation Vietnamese American. I'm from Orange County, California.
Was there any difficulties being Vietnamese American?
I like to say that I'm very kind of fortunate compared to other Vietnamese. I
Yes.
think there are a lot of Vietnamese in other states.
You know, I always find some kind of meme about Vietnamese American, especially like a Vivian Tran or Kevin Nguyen, right? You know those
Yes.
things? What do you think about Vietnamese Japanese? They're like hiding, right? Like hidden. Like nobody knows about them. How do I say? They don't,
Vietnamese.
yeah, they don't even speak Vietnamese. In America, too many communities there.
I think they're in a very different kind of situation where
Yes.
I guess Vietnamese have a very different kind of perception.
Do you want to learn more about your roots or you don't really care?
I don't want to say it doesn't matter to, but that no longer really exists today.
Because whenever I interview someone about this topic, some people they feel like they want to find themselves because they have a problem talking to their parents. Some people they still can't understand like where they from, how they grew up, and especially like in Japan. Let me ask you another question. What is your most favorite Vietnamese food?
I always say bánh xèo.
Bánh xèo. Oh,
Because
okay.
yeah, it's really crispy and it's kind of
Yeah.
like a comfort food for me. And my parents know that I like it, so whenever they make it, they make like a lot. And
Yes, they
we
always make a lot.
toast it for the next day too, just to make sure it's still crispy. I also like bún riêu. And notice I didn't say phở or bún. I mean, I do like those
Yes.
too, but
Yes.
those I think
It's
it's
too boring.
because
I don't
it's
know.
not I think it's too mainstream. It's kind of just something we're used to that is a lot more available. But
Yes.
if you get bún riêu or bánh xèo, they take a lot more time to prepare. And if
Yes.
it's not really a specialty kind of shop, then
Yes.
you're not going to have that same opportunity to have it very often.
I kind of see it's similar to like a Japanese dish. Soba is like a pho. It's tasty, but then it's not like the thing you always eat. Maybe like when you first
Yeah.
time come to Japan, you might want to try soba, but you want to eat ramen, right? Ramen has lots of flavor, and then the bummeal and the bumbo is kind of like that.
Well, it's kind of like ramen. There's so many different kinds now, I
Yeah.
think. Especially you can get oxtail, dui ba.
Yes. Yoying,
There's
fishbowl.
yeah, that too. There's so many different kinds that you can customize, especially in America. It's become very mainstream too. And it's kind of a
Yes.
shame. I didn't really value Vietnamese food too much. I was like, oh, we eat this because we're poor. And now it's expensive. And I'm just
Yes.
like,
It's not
so
a
it's
hangover food
weird.
anymore, too.
Yeah, like banh mi. I
Yeah.
used to be embarrassed when we go to Disneyland and my parents bring that with us. I'm like, guys, why are
Oh
we
my
eating
God.
banh mi? They're like,
Banh mi
hey,
in the Disneyland.
Disneyland is expensive, but now banh mi is
Yes.
expensive.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then interestingly in Japan, people think banh mi is kind of like healthy sandwich.
Not
Oh,
healthy.
well, okay.
You got processed meat, you got pickled. I
But
mean,
then
pickled not that bad, but you have
yeah.
pate, you have what else? It's pretty heavy food, and then you have
Yes.
mayonnaise in it too.
Yes.
It's good, but you probably shouldn't be eating that all the time. So I don't think you could say that about any Vietnamese food, to be honest.
Yes.
Maybe
Well,
vegetarian food though, but that's what
oh
monks
yeah,
eat, I
vegetarian,
guess.
the ang chai.
Yeah,
I
bak
still don't
chai.
understand that culture though.
It's very popular amongst vegetarians because I think it's the tastier kind of
Is
vegetarian food
it?
that they can get. Because everybody just
Yes.
thinks of tofu or just don't really have very much options when it
Yeah.
comes to
Or salad,
vegetarian
right?
food, but it tastes
Yes.
kind of like meat. It's pretty good for vegetarian
Yeah.
food. So
And
I can see why
also
that's popular.
the mushroom, the caramelized mushroom, nam kho. They cook the mushroom with lots of soy sauce and the sugar and maybe ginger and some kind of lemongrass? No? Okay, it's not a dish in your house. You never
Maybe
tried that.
not. Maybe not.
Okay, but that thing is so
Mm.
salty. It's like a tsukudani in Japan, like a kombu on the side. And that's like
You
when
just
you
eat that.
when you have the angchai day, you have the bowl of rice, and then they just eat the
Mm.
one piece of mushroom with lots of rice because it's salty. I'm like,
I would tell
okay.
my parents like this is so salty, mom. And then
Yeah,
just
like
like eat more rice. I'm all like, This is
Yeah.
bad for you.
Because yeah, I think Vietnamese people they think their energy is coming from rice. But then like Western people they eat main dish and then they think that the source of energy, right?
I think it's just because Vietnam is like they had to ration and make food last, and it's kind of like
Oh
pickling
yeah.
and everything. They didn't have
Yes.
anything else to eat,
That time, yes,
and
back
that's
then.
kind of just what they dealt with. But they don't have to do that anymore, but
Yes.
they still do.
Yes. Whenever parents in Japan or in Vietnam, they want to save money because we don't live lavish life.
Hmm.
So every time when we have a party, we cook at home. Meanwhile, in America, I have relatives in America, and then whenever we have like a party, we order food from the catering shop. And there's so much variety, like egg drop soup and chai
Yeah,
ya and
yeah,
what else
yeah,
like hell wine. Oh my
yeah,
God. You
yeah.
can get that from restaurant.
This
The hell
like
wine.
it's kind of interesting how available it is in America, at least in my hometown, because you can just get trays for so many parties. They'll cater for the whole wedding, and it's
Yes.
like so much food, and you don't get that same kind of portion anywhere else in the world.
Yes.
So I want to say my hometown is probably one of the better places to get Vietnamese food.
I think
So
so.
yes, if you come to California, please try some Vietnamese food. You'll be very surprised and
Yes.
sad about how it's not like that in Japan.
And the coffee too. The Vietnamese coffee.
Oh,
It's so evolved there.
gone kind of mainstream. Like they even sell it at Costco.
Oh yes, the Lee sandwich
Yeah, yeah.
coffee. Yes, but don't drink too much. Okay, let me
Strong.
ask you different different
Sure.
question. Do you have any favorite Vietnamese word?
I guess remembering this one time my friend was doing something with this car and it looks like a bad idea. My other friend was just like, you remember what our uncle was saying and everything? The "Mai dak." What are you doing? Like, why did you even bother? Like, you know that was gonna be bad anyways, but you did it anyways.
Uh,
It just sounds kind of silly. There's so many southern kind of funny
like a
words.
joke.
I guess you could say that with Osaka people too.
To me, I feel like, you know, that word,
Mm,
con ăn cơm chưa? Like all the grandma always
mm.
asks. It's not just like asking, like, did you eat? But it's more like, hey, how are you doing? Or how do you feel? Are you doing good? That kind of thing. It has a deep
It's
meaning.
yeah, I guess growing up, I thought my dad was just doing that just to
Like check on
they'll
you, checking
even
on you.
they'll even say that because they never apologize for anything.
Oh, yes, so true.
So
Yes. Everything is
they'll
my
be
fault.
like, yeah, so when they know that you're very angry at them, they'll still come
Hmm.
be like, "Hey, did you eat yet?"
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
And
Checking
I'm
on you,
just
like, you know.
like, "Yes, I'm good." And they're like, "Oh, do you want some food?"
Oh yeah, do you
Yeah,
want
I
some
brought some
fruits?
food.
Con muốn ăn trái cây không? Oh my God, like I don't
I'm
need it
just
now. And then mom keep asking like,
Just
do you
like,
want to
it's
eat? Do you want
okay,
to
I'm
eat?
fine. And I'm just like, all right, I'm about to go out. And then they're like, they want to talk. They're not direct about that. They're just like
Yes, it's like a hiding a shy emotion.
it's like I guess I understand that now that I'm older,
Mm.
but when I was a kid, I think it's just because we're so direct in America, and you're like, if
Yes.
you want something, you tell it to us.
Yeah.
Like they even taught us that because they're like, hey, you need to tell people you will not go far in this country if you don't do that. I'm like, then why
Yeah.
aren't you doing it?
Maybe they already found their way.
Even back home when I go to, I almost say it's like the worst Costco, but it's
What?
because it's in Westminster and that was the
Yes.
first one in our area. I'm just like, oh my goodness, it was so crowded. There's so many
Oh
Vietnamese
yes.
people here. A lot of them don't
Sorry.
know like how to drive here.
The
And I
parking
feel
lot
like
hiding.
stressed out. And I'm just
Yes.
like, "Argh." I'm just
Yeah.
like going inside. I need to go shopping. I don't even know this person. Like, hey, you should get this beef right here. It's pretty cheap. And I'm all like, thank you. Like I didn't ask for this, but I feel like there's just that kind of community, at least in
Yes.
Southern Vietnamese culture. They like to kind of
Yes.
look after each other like that,
Yeah, it
especially if
sounds
they
so
know that you're
Osaka.
Southern too.
It sounds so Osaka too. Like in Osaka, we used to have those lots of obasan. They give a
Mm.
candy to a stranger. Like you know,
Uh,
when you see the movie and then there's like the woman sitting next to you and then, do you want candy?
that sounds so suspicious.
Ah, that's your generation. And in America, don't get food from the stranger.
You don't take things from strangers. You don't go
Yes.
to
But yeah,
suspicious
that
things.
but then yeah, like I grew up in Osaka and then I see lots of neighbor.
Mm.
They always talk to me like, "Hey, how was your school?" Or like, you know,
Mm.
"How you doing?" But yeah, maybe in America nobody will like if someone talk to you, don't answer it.
I mean, maybe they're Vietnamese, but if they are clearly suspicious, then even Vietnamese can be suspicious too, I guess. I don't know. Could imagine your mom also would tell you like, "Hey, did you hear what happened over here? Stay away from there," or
Oh
something
yeah, yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
try to find the worst story
Oh
possible to
yeah, the
scare
worst
you.
scenario, all the risk, they all care about
Yes,
the risk.
they think that's like that's the norm. It's like
Yeah.
this will
Very
never happen
conservative.
ever again.
Yes. But yeah, compared to their time, maybe they had those like, when you go outside, there's a bomb during the Vietnam War. So maybe, yeah, outside is always dangerous.
That's the end game for that right there.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. I guess it's just because there are a lot of crazy things that also happen in America very regularly,
Oh yeah.
which is a little, it's understandable, but I feel like it's a little exaggerated how they say it sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, whenever I'm just like, can you tell me where you heard this or show me your sources?
Ah,
And then
Facebook.
they're like, hey, don't you talk back to me. I'm just like,
You
you
don't
told me to
trust
go to
parents.
school. We question things in school. This is what you
Yeah.
told us to learn. And then,
Yes. The media literacy. Okay.
yeah,
Maybe it's our job to tell them the truth.
they're not gonna listen, but okay.
Okay. Okay, last question. We've been talking about how, like Vietnamese in America and then identity kind of stuff, but then
Mhm,
you live in Japan right now.
yeah.
What made you to come to Japan?
Well, I think a lot of Americans probably have that same influence of they like games and anime when they grow up. I kind of grew out of that when I was in high school, but I guess particularly now, just mainly my car hobby. I
Mm,
like to take a lot of photos too, and that kind of made me want to connect with people more. I think
mm,
that's what's also interesting. A lot of Japanese seem to not know that abroad, a lot of these hobbies are very popular, and even though there's a language barrier, in a
mm.
sense, you guys kind of speak the same language.
Yes.
So just having interactions like that when I was traveling to Japan at first and
Hmm.
making a lot of friends, it's what made me want to come back.
When was the year you first time came to Japan?
10 years ago,
So it's 2016.
came to Japan 3 times by myself.
Yeah, your purpose was like visiting those car shop. Is it car shop? Who is
They're
it?
basically customize a lot of cars and they
Yes.
become very famous. Like, oh, I've seen this car on the internet. It's very
Yes.
fast, or I've never seen anything like this before. I want to go
Yes.
see it myself. So I guess what was really interesting that my friend mentioned from another Japanese friend is that in Japan, everyone is pretty much the same. But when they can kind of express themselves through their cars, that's something they can kind of have individuality with. That's something I really appreciate.
Hmm.
And I think they appreciate that I appreciate it by coming
Mm.
all the way from America to their shop.
Yes.
And they're very happy to see me
Hmm.
and they get to know me. Yeah, making a lot of friends like that. I didn't have that same kind of interaction back home. Japan has a very different kind of reputation overseas. A lot of people really respect it. They
Hmm.
think it's probably the best, but they don't really know until they see it themselves. Those kinds of interactions and why I came to Japan to visit first is why I wanted to come back and just live here.
You came to Japan when you were in college, right?
Hmm. I think I was 22. So yeah, 10 years ago.
You study in Waseda?
Meiji.
Ah,
So
Meiji. Ah, ごめんごめん。
I did
Meiji.
1 semester. It was mainly I wanted to do a study abroad at all, just because once you graduate, you don't have that opportunity again.
Yes.
So even 1 semester is okay for me because I had that on my resume that
Yes.
I went to school in Japan. It gave me a lot more opportunities in Japan, I
Yes.
think. The another reason why I'm in Japan is because software engineering is very competitive in America. If you know software engineering and you know Japanese too, you have much less competition in Japan. I feel like there was more opportunity in Japan than in America for me. And I think my mom's a little upset about that because
Oh,
she's like,
no.
we came to America for opportunity. And we're like, well, it's opportunity that you speak of is no longer there.
時代が変わるからね。
Hmm.
Someone like you, they need in the company.
Hmm.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I think also there are some companies like there's so many Europeans that don't speak Japanese. Being in Tokyo, it's kind of changing in that sense where there are Japanese that need to learn English to work at companies like that because nobody
うん。
else speaks Japanese.
Yeah.
So I think in Japan, or at least in Tokyo, it's changing very rapidly.
うん。
They're trying to be a lot more international because
Yes.
when you're working and you need to figure something out, there's so much more available in English than Japanese.
Yes.
So just that alone is already a very big asset.
Somehow I kind of noticed, after COVID and
Mhm.
lots of people lost their job, and then now I
Mm.
see lots of unemployed people writing some complaint about like how Japan is accepting lots of immigrant and also the foreign worker. But like, what do you think about that? Like, because some people are lazy and they
Mm.
just blame others.
I mean, I think you could say that about any country.
Yeah,
That
like in
is
America too,
extremely true in
yes.
America. Where a
Yeah.
lot of people are like, oh, they're taking their jobs. I'm all like, this guy's a surgeon. Did you go to school for 10 years like he did?
Yes. Yes. Everybody put so much effort and yeah, they pay
Yeah,
lots of money to the agent.
like it's
Yes.
not easy to get a job in Japan. Like, if I didn't know any Japanese, it would be so
Yeah.
much harder. And
Yes.
if I didn't have a computer science degree, that would be harder to even get a visa. I don't know what this notion of it being easy to get in Japan. Like, I had a
Yeah.
job during COVID. I was supposed to move to Japan after I graduated. I
Yes.
waited and I worked in California time
Yeah.
for making less money than I did when I was just doing baito. It was kind of ridiculous that I couldn't enter Japan even though I had a visa
Mm.
and I intended on working there, paying taxes. But my Japanese friends can come to America to see BTS. Ridiculous. They're very strict in a lot of ways in Japan, but
hmm
also I think they have very strange priorities.
Yeah, like you see, like especially Vietnamese people, and
Mm,
I'm not trying to be racist, but like nowadays we have lots of
mm.
Ginoji from Vietnam, a group, a
Technical
bunch of
trainees.
people. Yes, like a 300 people from company, and then they just
Yeah.
go to work in the factory or whatever, and they cause lots of problem. And then every time they cause a problem, like us, whoever have like
Yeah.
those like Vietnamese roots, we get attacked on the internet. Like, what do you think about them? Or like, you guys get out of the country. I was born in here.
Think
Yeah.
they kind of just assume every single Vietnamese in Vietnam is like that. Like there are no rich people. Like just like any other country, they're going to
Yeah.
be very different people.
Yes.
Like somebody in the Midwest who just works at a gas station who
Yes.
might be Vietnamese is not the
Yes.
same doctor that lives in Hollywood or something.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't just say they're all the same. They're
Yes,
very
stereotype.
they come from all different walks of life. I would say that's the same in Japan too. Like even my coworker at Woven, he was a relatively young Vietnamese guy and
Yes.
he entered the company as an intern. So he was a very bright guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, like to have an opportunity to work at a company like that, it's like working at Google. If you are Vietnamese and you came to Japan like that, you're not the same as like a lot of other Vietnamese that are coming to do like manual labor like that. It's not good to just generalize like that.
Hard,
There's so many
yeah.
different kinds of people in different countries as well. But I think
Yes.
that's all they see in the news because that's all the
Yeah.
news wants to share.
Yes.
For some reason, this is like
Yes.
interesting or important. And it's like, why don't you guys talk about the other issues in the country? Because that would
Yeah.
put that would put pressure on your politicians.
Yeah. It's so true, yes.
It's like a meme amongst a lot of foreigners in Japan. They're like, oh, they always try to find some reason to blame the foreigners.
So true. Like the Shibuya crossing accident thing too.
Yeah,
Like
they're
it
like, I thought
happened
he
in
was a
like
foreigner. We're like, no, he was Japanese.
yeah.
I think there's been a
Okay.
lot of sentiment like that, and I think they get a lot of influence from how America has changed. Growing up in America is not like what it is today. Like most people
Yeah.
don't care about politics, or they didn't, even if they were Republican, they didn't really have strong feelings about some people. They just
Mm.
have these kinds of views. But I think because there's such a polarization, it's really affecting other countries because being American, you kind of just stuck in that bubble and you think that is just only happening in America. But you forget that America has so much influence. There are so many other countries that get that same thing because they're like, oh, if like such a big, strong country is getting success from that, we can do that
Mm.
too. It's happened historically in many countries. They try to just divide and blame a certain group.
Mm.
And I mean, clearly people are very just unhappy or dissatisfied with how things are. So they're
Mm.
going to be like, I'm not doing anything wrong. They're doing something wrong. I'm
Mm.
like, just keep
Yeah.
saying that, oh, they're the problem. Like things are going to go away if they're gone. It doesn't work like that. And, but a lot of people seem to not realize that. And they just think like, oh, yeah, we just need to fix that first. Probably because they're just so fixed on thinking about themselves. This is affecting me directly.
I
but
also found, how
no.
Ronald Reagan, he helped
Hmm.
Vietnamese people, right? About the visa thing. He passed the act. I think lots of people support them and support the Republican.
I think so,
Yeah.
primarily because of that. Like they think that Republicans and America, they're like, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. I can understand that, but it's
Yeah.
like they don't really form their same opinion. They think like it's almost like they owe them or something. And in a sense, I can
Yeah.
understand they feel that way, but this is not the same intention
Dumaga.
they see on the internet. They don't question things, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, you told me to go to school and understand this, and I specialize in AI too, and why are you
Yeah.
questioning me?
Ah, so true. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's like one
Mm.
time we all understand each other, or never. I don't know.
Take it for what it is. You agree to
Yeah.
disagree.
And I think all the parents always say like, once you have kids, you're gonna understand. Anyways, so yeah, so after all the questions, you have done,
Mm.
I think, 10 questions. Yay!
Yay.
Omedeto. So yeah, so if you have anything you want to introduce in this channel, please, like you have Instagram, social
Sure.
media.
I
Yeah,
do also have Instagram,
yes.
kfan.jp.
Hmm.
It's been growing quite a bit recently. If you're interested in car photography, give me a follow. I appreciate that. I
Yes.
also have my own channel that I've been really slacking on because it hasn't really been. I really appreciate that you're doing so much more work on your channel and you're a lot more consistent, but at the same time, I'm taking both photos and videos. But
Yes.
yeah, I do pretty much videos on that too, on events I go to.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
for, yeah,
う
thank you
んう
so
ん
much. 今回の動画は、完全英語で話しちゃったんですけど、
うん。
またね、ケビンには次の動画でもコラボしてもらうということで、ね、いつかまた会える時を
うん
楽しみにしております。
うんうん。
皆さん、今回も視聴ありがとうございました。次回の動画でもまたお会いしましょう。バイ
うん。
バイ。
じゃあ、バイバイ。
はーい。